So I was like, maybe it's the new architecture. Let me just disable it. And when I did disable the new architecture, like the phone, it's not hitting anymore, and the scrolling looks fine. So yeah, when the new architecture is enabled, it's causing the heat. I mean, it's causing like the CPU to spike. Like I was watching the CPU, and like it spikes to 100 and it stays at 100. It's not like being up and down. That's with the new architecture enabled. When I disabled it, it's
Yeah. Well, okay, but why? I thought the new architecture is kind of more advanced and supposed to be
it should
more
it
optimal.
Uh, I still don't know for sure if it's like the new architecture itself or other library
Hmm.
that's leveraging the new architecture and causing maybe a memory leak somewhere, but
I see.
not in the I
It makes
I
more sense.
yeah, I still don't know because like I know other apps is using the new architecture, and I know if I just went and I created like an empty playground app with the new architecture enabled,
Yeah.
just have something simple, that it will be stable. It
Yeah.
just maybe it's like another library we're using. That's how tricky. It's like it's per project, you know. It's like maybe we're using something in a way and all or a combination of all of that causing the heat for us, like the speed to spike for us. So right now, it's gonna be the new architecture disabled, but with the latest React Native. I was doing a build so we can have it by now. That was like fading for me for some reason, for some versioning the issues. But like yeah, it's like the build it's happening right now. It's like 10 minutes ago, so it will be there like in 30 minutes, 40 minutes from now. So we can test it again and see if it is stable. If it is, then yeah, for now, uh, we go with the architecture disabled till like at least like we're not gonna lose all track of the work that I've been doing for the past week. So
I
we
see.
can have it there
I
and
have a question though. Do
mhm.
we really want to even continue building on it without the architecture and the new architecture enabled? Because then we're optimizing and tracking down any defects that maybe aren't we might be duplicating effort when we shouldn't we just should since we're not going to roll it out. We're not going to I think we're far from releasing this version, even even with that older architecture, because there's just going to be so many we might as well.
Yeah.
I was going to suggest, why don't we remove one library at a time and see if you can find the one doing the memory.
Yeah, yeah, I can do that. He just like wanted this to be our new base. But yeah, I agree with you. There's still other issues there. Um, Even like yeah, those issues are like they're still there even with the architecture disabled. So yeah, we need to fix all those issues too. So yeah, I think I was wanted to have this as our new base, but yeah, you mentioned this. Like it's a good point. We still have the other issues. Yeah, so we're gonna be working on it more. Um,
Okay.
till we
Yeah,
have
because I don't
till
want to. I don't want to fix something that we end up fixing in that older architecture, and then for whatever
mm,
reason it has a different problem in the new architecture.
true, true. That's true.
You know, so let's just
Hmm.
let's go all in on it, and which means we got to track down the problems of any performance issues. Is that the best way? You think just one at a time, like dismantling it?
Well, I wish like I was trying to see like so when the CPU spikes, I was trying to see like any like indicator like a library name. Let's go in. So like there's this tool from Xcode that I'm using,
Mhm.
but it was not. It's like it was nothing useful there. Maybe I can find another tool that tell me what exactly causes. Like
Well,
I just need
I have a
like
suggestion.
library.
Okay, I have a suggestion that might make it easier.
Hmm.
I noticed that the problem right away in onboarding which is its own stack, right? So, and it's a
Mhm.
limited stack. Therefore, it may be a smaller task, hopefully, like just focusing on onboarding, dismantling the onboarding piece by piece and see if because like you when I scrolled in onboarding, just scrolled a list of contacts, it was super choppy and it was already getting slow.
Okay.
So I'd
Mm.
focus on that first. What do you think?
Okay. So yeah. So yeah you were feeling the heat like only in like I mean in the onboarding first.
Let me think if I did it get hot in the onboarding? Maybe it wasn't getting hot, but there was certainly performance issues accumulating. And
Issues.
probably by the time I
Mhm.
got to the home stack, it was enough like buildup of memory. But it was definitely starting and
Mhm. Yeah, yeah. I mean, I mean, like uh, when like I hit like the dance, I always go and do create a new empty playground project and add stuff like bit by bit until it's breaks. So
mhm.
yeah, that's will be my next step.
Okay, that's the
Uh,
opposite way to do it. If you like that way better, like start with at zero and add one by one.
yeah, like only onboarding. I was like, I would just like go and have like an empty project and add onboarding screen by screen or step by step and
Okay.
see.
Okay. Yeah, and then focus on the lists. Like is if you use a
Hmm.
user key with a lot of contacts, that's where it really reveals the
Yeah.
performance issues.
Hmm. Okay.
Okay. Okay, so that's the plan.
Yep.
Okay. Thank you, Mia. Let's go to
Yeah, I still have more. Yeah, on the side, I worked on the what's the yeah. So like when a user tap on the badge, like on the badges reward. Now we had the first part, which is taking the user to the badge tab, and also now I worked on the scrolling the user like to the top of the badges. Let me show.
okay.
So go here, this, yeah, this. It still have to work on the slow things. It needs to go away, but it will bring the user here. We can
Okay.
badges selected, and if, for example, go discover this, everything reset, and also like if you just in here, not all the top, just in all of it. It keeps everything in sync. Um, so yeah, so yeah, this is
Let
also
me
done.
see one more time, I mean. Do it again.
There's no animation, like the
Oh,
scrolling, it just happens. I
okay,
can make the anime.
yeah, let me just see it
Uh,
again. Or do you need yeah, you just navigate from here. Okay, let's see.
yeah,
I looked away for a sec. Oh, I see. Okay, yeah, we just need an animation.
yeah, I can make the anime. There will not be a lot of work. Try to do it right now. So let's go here. Oh, it didn't work. It, it's like, yeah, it did not animate as I was expecting. So yeah, I'll look into this more to make it anime.
Okay, that's cool though. So now with that same code, or at least similar concept, can you do a user to navigate to, let's say, the Photos tab?
Yeah, we can do the same.
Awesome. Okay, and then we'll be able to use the same scroll logic, right?
Yep, yep.
Nice. Okay, we can definitely take advantage of that. Cool, good job. Okay, so you're still working on that a little bit?
Yeah, and now I just need to add the animation because it just happens. So I just need make this to animate something like that.
Okay. While we're on the subject of animating something like that, is there any overlap to animating the conversation in a chat? Like when a new message comes in, it doesn't scroll up; it just like bounces up. You know what I mean? Just like snap.
Like for example, if I like when you tap on notification. Or
No, like even when you hit send, like type a message and hit send, it's like on iMessage, the conversation would scroll up a
mm,
little bit. For instance, scroll down on your conversation. So yeah, bring it down more. Yeah. Now type another message and hit send, and it will scroll. See, that's a scroll. See that?
mm, mm,
Um, Ismail looked into this early on, and it was not behaving scrolling the up. It would scroll down, no problem. Obviously, you see it, but it
mhm.
wasn't following the rules for some reason to scroll up.
Um, yeah, I think this is different. I know it looks like we need to be scrolled, like a scrolling feature functionality, but I think this is different here because if you are already scrolled, type because like right now you can say I'm scrolled all the way to the bottom. Like you
Yeah.
send, I need to scroll this a little bit.
What just happened? How come that stayed in the message input? Because it had a
Uh,
highlight on it. Is that why?
it's weird. Look, you see like the message that I sent. It's like the autocorrector, I guess. It's like
That
I
is
sent
weird.
something. Yeah,
That's
it's like I sent this message.
that's not good. What? That's a weird edge case. I never seen that before.
Yeah, is it like
Huh.
when I yeah when it's gonna be highlighted and then percent.
Huh. Whoa.
Yeah, it's
And it autocorrects on the input field, but sent the one you had misspelled. Can you?
yeah.
Is there anything? I don't think I've ever seen that before. Is there anything you can do about that?
No, yeah, it's not. I'm not sure it's related to. Could be like,
I
yeah,
don't
we
know if
keep the
that would.
auto collection.
I don't know if that would happen like on a phone device.
I'm not really sure. It's like easy to use, I guess.
But it might have something to do with the keyboard and mouse situation you have going on. Like, I don't think I've ever seen. I feel like I would have seen that happen before. Okay, well, I'll keep an eye on that. But let's not get distracted. So, as far as this scroll, you were saying, like, watch what type something that's like 3 or 4 lines.
Okay.
So even just the box moving, but that's fine. Yeah, see how it's
Yeah.
not scroll. There's no scroll to it.
Mm-hmm.
Could we do it like how it scrolled down, but how it scrolled up?
Um. Well, I'm not really sure how I can achieve it right now. I need to go back, look to the code here again, go through it a little bit. Maybe that will spark an idea how to achieve it, but I can't think of anything off the top of my head.
Okay. There's a property. Ismail was using it, um, and it works to make it scroll the opposite way, like we showed. But the property wasn't. He had a like a teeny tiny workaround. Like if you scroll down a tiny bit, like what, like scroll that blue, yeah, right there, and then type a message, it will scroll. See,
Mm,
scrolled. So it wants to work, but for some reason, if it's at the 0 point, it won't do it.
mm-hmm.
So his workaround was going to be like just a teeny tiny bit below, but it caused other problems that
Uh,
had some unintended consequences. But it's you can
mhm.
see that it is there, like it wants
Yeah.
it's like so close.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So
Oh yeah.
look into it,
Uh,
maybe.
yeah. I'll take a note of it and look into it.
Okay, okay, cool. It's so see how much better it was too. Just that nice little
Yeah.
scroll. It's like
Yep.
subtle, but one of those things. Okay. Did you find the Figma designs for the speech bubbles? Jim,
No. The chance sent it to me.
I'll have her send them. Chantel, we're gonna have Amine work on the speech bubbles indicating someone's typing. Can you send him the Figma design on that?
Yep.
Great, thank you. Okay, so that is that all? Amine, anything else?
Yep. Yep. It's helping.
Awesome. Thank you very much. All right. Ismail, how's it going? Let's get your update while you're here.
Hey,
been going well. So I finished the chat where the chat lobby, the alerts there, where it basically now it has a subscription. It has um, the red dot, which updates via subscription or when you load the app, and if it it resets once you click it. Yeah, so I was just in the middle of the photo gallery thing, so I just had to click make
Okay.
sure I paused real quick.
Yeah,
Um,
I messaged you something too, right?
what's that?
I messaged you something yesterday.
Yeah, you did. I still didn't get to that. You were telling me about
It's a
the
duplicate.
duplicates in lobby
Yeah.
that you sometimes see, but it corrects itself.
Yeah.
So I still didn't view that because I'm still working on the photo gallery part. So, which I'm almost there. I just have the last piece I need to finish. So if you look here,
Hmm.
um, now we'll have this photo gallery. Now this will only be available for group chats because this venue is only available for group chats. I'm assuming we do want to do the same for one-on-one. I don't know how
Yeah.
we would access it, but I think we should have a way.
Yeah.
But yeah, for now it's for group chats. Once you click on it, you can see you get you see a grid with all the gifs, the photos, the videos,
Nice. That's
and you can
awesome.
click on anything, you'll see it there. And the only problem is videos at the moment. I'm getting the thumbnail and everything, but when I click on it, it's not loading it. So
Mm.
I'm just trying to figure that part out, get it to load, and then I can pretty much call this complete.
Okay. Um, I think we're going to do that extra step we talked about yesterday too, where a dedicated topic, like the club photos topic, will have that little strip right under the topics, where like on it, where it says a view, like instead of saying view event details RSVP, like that one, it'll say photo gallery.
Where
So like
view
if
event
like in this chat, for instance,
uh-huh.
uh, go to the topics,
Topics? Yeah.
go to your club photos.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so right below club photos, like if you were to go to the after hours one next to it,
Okay.
actually go to the flamingo one next to it. Okay, so that little strip right there, that
Uh,
one would be photo gallery, like
oh.
view photo gallery, but only for now, only for the designated topics like the club photos topic.
Mm, okay. Okay, I see. Okay. Just need a Figma design for that. Just to get the exact syntax and would it look the same thing as this or really different?
Just like that.
Okay.
Chantel, can you
And
send that Figma design to Ismail for the photo gallery one?
also after we click on it, it would navigate. What would a modal pop up like this or yeah? So I need all those details.
Well,
Like what
let's see.
happens after I click on it?
Is it a
I
modal now for the gallery? The gallery
Or
is a new screen.
no, galleries is a screen
Hmm.
like this.
What were you gonna say, Chantel?
oh I just said I sent him the stuff for the gallery that
Okay.
I had.
Yeah,
Should
you did. But did you send the one for the topic specific? You sent me the one for the,
Yeah.
or does it have that all in there?
Um so I have it
So this is the
next.
one I have.
Yeah. And then see how it's on the topic on the 916 music freaks one.
So it just goes to
So
the screen basically.
yeah, if you click on it, since it's a custom topic,
Uh huh.
it would go to the gallery. Or no, I'm sorry, it says view photo gallery. That's it. The
that
shade.
that's the right
Yeah.
spot there. So it smells it pretty straightforward then to just have it go to the screen like you already.
Yeah, that's fine. Um, that being said, I will need a new API from Jerry to get the stuff only for a specific topic.
Okay, I can update. I can crew. I can actually. I might be able to modify that media query to pass a topic to it.
Okay. And I would just okay. So we can. since we already have the API, we could just go ahead and honestly use this like anywhere. Like on all topics. I don't see why it has to be limited to some.
Well, I don't know. I don't want to eat up any more real estate on here, and it's not like, I mean, many topics have no photos. So,
Well, the ones that don't have photos won't show this. Only the ones with a photo will. So that will be a flag from the back end. That could tell me that.
let me ask more people on that. I don't know if I like that.
I'm just saying because we're already implementing this. I don't like to implement things partially and then maybe do it more. That just makes things complicated. If we plan on
Right.
enrolling it, or if you feel like you would use it, it's easier to implement it from the get go to like
Well,
so
what
make
if it's
this.
only one photo? You know, like,
Well, yeah, but that one photo could be 70 messages or 200 messages in, so it would be
true.
annoying to scroll. It would be nice to have a way to view them.
Okay, let me ask Chantel. I know she probably has a good opinion on this.
Yeah.
Chantel, should we have this visible every topic if there's at least one photo?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
for sure.
So just always there, basically,
Yeah.
but not always, but at least if there's one photo.
Yeah, because that photo might be like a really cool photo that people want to go back to. Like for example, if there's something where it's a group photo and it was several messages up, but you want to like go up and download that photo, you don't want to have to do all that scrolling.
For sure. Okay, then let's do it.
Okay, and for main chat for one-on-ones, what's going to be the solution for that? Or we don't want to, or do we have the same thing, or is that going to be a little different?
One-on-one is a different story, huh? Maybe it'd be similar. What do you think? Same thing, Chantel?
Yeah.
So same.
Because I don't see any other solution. Because if you click on one-on-one, it takes you to the user's profile. Doesn't take you to the menu.
Yeah. Well, wait. That's true. Yeah. So it has to be in the topics under the
Correct.
topic.
Well, no, like it has to be here.
That's what I meant. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So as long as there is a photo, it will be there.
Yeah, and the backend, if we decide not to, we don't have to release a new build. The backend can just hide this and show it for topics we want to.
Yeah. Okay.
So even if you do push it to production, you're not stuck with it because the backend controls it.
Okay.
So we're doing this for like an optional view, or this is going to be the default view on a topic.
So, Jerry, basically, whenever we have media, you would return me the same, or you'd have a query that we. I don't know if the same query works, the one we have now,
Well,
to get all the media for a topic, because we will go to this screen. So I don't know if you can customize it where it can accept like instead of showing everything for like a group chat, I can show just for a specific topic.
okay.
By whatever I pass in when I click on the screen, the params that gets passed. There's a topic here now, right?
Okay. And for like get topic details or like get all group topic, I can return a parameter that has media.
Okay, so for this right here, this has to be probably part of the topic object, the flag, indicating that there's media in there.
Right. It's going to be part of the topic object. So it's going to be
But not the whole media object.
right.
Now, you know
Right.
how we
It's the
created
group.
a let me see here. We created this get all multimedia group. We can probably use this same thing. Maybe we can make this a more general API where if you pass in only the group key, it gives you for the whole group. If you pass in a topic key, it gives you for that specific topic. You know what I mean?
No, right. Well, you're going to call get all media of topic in a topic.
Not in the topic, because we're going to
whenever you
navigate
build it
to a
out,
different
like,
screen.
yeah, I'm pretty sure I understand what's going on. You want something to show whether or not there is media in that topic, just a Boolean.
Correct.
Yeah.
But I also want this API to support only topic. We're
Yeah.
shooting only media for topic.
Right.
Yeah.
It's two different asks. Right.
Yeah. Yeah. So also my question is, are you going to use the same API or have a different one?
For when you want to view the gallery for inside a topic, um, yeah, I think it's going to be the same API. I'm just going to add topic key
Mm, okay.
as opposed.
And maybe do you want to change the name of it because we will
Oh,
be using it for one-on-ones, topics, and groups?
okay,
So,
it'd be like get chat. I'll say get chat gallery or something like that.
yeah, something more general, just so
Yes.
in the future we're not confused.
Yes. Okay.
Okay, that sounds like the best option to me.
All right, very exciting. It's coming along nicely, and I think it's going to be a really big benefit for our club goers and just anybody general wanting to share photos and whatnot. So, some great.
Yeah, and the good news is after I get this video thing figured out, the rest would be fairly easy to implement and won't be too hard because everything will be set up. It'll be reusable logic.
Excellent. A question for you on the Figma design. Can you show me that again? Okay, so I see that like the two pictures on the top, one has reactions, one doesn't. Um, will this masonry grid update the height according, or does every picture by default have to have a blank black space under it?
Hmm. Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Well, right now I'm letting kind of the masonry grid do its thing.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
That's what I was
I
thinking.
haven't played much with it in terms of seeing if I can customize it or anything like that.
Okay.
So I don't know. Short answer. I'd have to see.
Yeah, I obviously the easy way is just have the black already there, right? The black background.
Mm, yeah. If
But
yeah, I mean,
the better, you know, visual way is it.
well, still, because the masonry grid could, like, as of right now, it could potentially. Well, I guess let me ask Wells this. Uh, is Wells here?
Yeah. Hey, Wells.
Yes, sir. Sorry.
Yeah, just a quick question since you played this masonry grid. I remember you had to pass like a width and a height for this to work, right?
The dynamic height on the Mansour grid.
Yes.
Yes, sir. We need it.
Okay, so does that mean every photo you have in here, for example, you would it would be the full. I guess I don't have this one on this account, but does that mean every photo you have would be the full size, or does it still get cropped?
Um, it would not get cropped because the thing is, for we to scale the image, the why we needed the width and height is uh, because we couldn't calculate that on the front end beforehand without it being really expensive in order to have the width and height. But now, since we have it coming from the backend and we have this metadata on each image, what we do is based on the width that you want to occupy with the image,
Mhm.
you use that to calculate with math how will you scale down the original image to fit on the place. So you can make it so it shows the image like entirely without cropping it. With
Okay. Because right now I'm just kind of I used it and I am passing in the data. So, but like I okay. Okay. So when I passed in the data here, I really didn't uh so this is my first take on it. So I didn't really give it much about calculating width and height. I just kind of let it do its thing and then it creates this.
mm-hmm.
But yeah, and this the problem with this is that it obviously doesn't like it crops some of the image as you can see.
Yeah.
So with the other one, you said with the other approach you have, it would show the full image always.
Yeah, that's the idea, because
Mm.
you pre-calculate the height that it's going to occupy, and with that, when you make the image fit the container is exactly the width and height that it needs to show that image perfectly. So yeah, it would respect that.
Mm, okay. Then I will, yeah, like I said, I'm still not done with this. This is just kind of my first round, my first take on it. So if that's the case, then you said you had to do some math too to get it to fit.
Yes, sir. But that's all done already. Let me search that here for you.
Yeah, it's fine. I'll find it. Um, just wanted to get a quick overview of how you were doing it, just to make sure I understand it properly. Um, okay. That being said, um, yeah, I first need to get this video thing loading, and then after that, I guess need to get the whole image to fit, similar to how we were doing it there. But the only thing is, I might have to calculate on the front end because we don't have the width and height coming from the back end. So, and if we don't want to start doing that now, it won't be backwards compatible.
Right.
Um,
We're gonna keep it how it was.
yeah. So
So
I
what
need to
does that
see
do?
how performant that is. As Will was saying, you tried to calculate on the front end, but it was too. What was the problem again? You ran into Wealth when
Yeah.
you tried to calculate it.
So the issue was, in order for you to know on the front end uh, the width and height of the image, without having any metadata about it, without having the backend telling you, you have to load the image and
Correct.
then rescale it. But in terms of the way you build the structure for React, that means the height and width has to be dynamic, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you have to re-render the image for every image that is loaded, and you have to preload the image in order to know what is the width and height. So in order to construct a grid, you see there is a delay in which how you build the frame for the image and how you load the image, because it depends on the image loading. So you cannot have that effect of the grid loading and being there and the image being loaded after and appearing, because you won't have the structure of the grid, because you need the image in order to have the
Yeah.
width. So
I mean,
that
I was able to
we have
recreate it
metadata.
using only calculate. Like, I was able to recreate the exact same grid, calculating it on the front end.
Uh-huh.
But I guess, yeah, doing that would mean a higher Cloudinary bill because it would have to load the image, get it, and then
Yeah.
scale
Uh,
it, and then reload it inside the grid itself.
Yeah. By the way, I found exactly where the math is happening, and I sent you on Slack. I
Mhm.
remember I worked on something related to this recently, in which I did this exact same math, but in an updated way. I just don't remember what was it, but if I remember, I will send you. But in any case, the code
Yeah,
that
well, my concern is, yeah, like I said, because I guess, interesting. Okay, so I guess we're kind of in between like we're in between two options. One is we load the image twice
hmm
to get the width and height for backwards compatibility, or we don't support older images.
Yeah. Also, the way we solved this issue when we first implemented this,
Mm-hmm.
Jerry created a script to go through our images and put in the metadata for the width and height for them. And now for the new images that we save, we already saved them with width and height. So
Mm-hmm.
it was only run once, and then now every image that we send in the app, every trusted photo, has that data already coming from the backend, because the backend receives the file, right?
Is that a valid solution, Jerry, with the scale of where we are now with chat and all that? Because we're gonna need to do it for videos as well, because this supports videos.
Is there like a popping? I'm switching over from talking to God. So Is it something with the popping or something with the gallery, like everything resizing?
The width and height, if we can run a script to include it for the old images and start passing it in like the same way we do with trust tips.
Yeah. I guess I can include a metadata table, with some and then cache it.
Yeah, but the problem is with backwards compatibility, would you be able to run the script to add it to
Yeah.
older files?
Absolutely.
Oh, okay. Remember last time I remember that felt kind of like a concern.
It's a little bit of effort, but there's something wrong with what you tried for getting the gallery.
Um, okay, so this right here is creating it like just I'm letting it do its thing. I'm not, you know,
Okay, yeah.
telling it how to do it. With the problem with that is you can see it cuts off
Mm.
some of the image. It's not like a full.
Uh-huh.
So that being said, if I want to, and I managed to calculate it on the front end and make it look the same. But the problem with that is I would have to load the image to get its width and height. So that's calling the Cloudinary URL twice.
Oh. Let me see.
Yeah.
Let me see something. Um. Hmm. I see. Okay. Um. There is a URL that you can call to get the metadata without calling the image using the Cloudinary library. But if you had you need to have the image key. But then still, no, that's still not quite efficient. Yeah, I think we should just do this script.
If you want to think about it, you don't have to make a decision now. I can just have this temporary, like kind of the way it is right now. And once you come up with a solution, just let me know and we can go with that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. But yeah, so that pretty much includes my update.
So what is the solution for the reactions for that area?
Oh yeah, back to that.
I just
So I
need to-
wanted to get the full image so that if I
I need to include reactions in the query. That's I don't think I'm
well,
including them right now.
that's the first step. Mm, but the question is, Jerry, should we? Mm, okay, should we generate this via Cloudinary and have this be
Oh
the actual image,
no,
or should we like somehow construct it on the front end?
the front end. I don't. You think that would be difficult to do on the front end?
Not well, not difficult as a component, but this is an image. It's not a component.
We can't overlay a component on that image.
Mm, oh wait, we're using Flash image or fast image. I think we can. You're
I
right.
mean, we're overlaying a play button.
Yeah,
On
yeah,
the
yeah.
images.
Well, no, this is this is yeah. No, we can, we can. I don't know why my mind went somewhere else with this. Yes, sorry. Uh, yeah, never mind. Just return me these. I
Yeah.
can overlay it, but it will take up. So, John, it will cut off some of the image. Is that fine? Just this overlay, or I mean, I can probably squeeze it in, but I
I mean,
I don't.
yeah, it's not the worst thing ever. whatever you can do to.
Well, actually, let me see. Let me see. There might be a way not to. There might be a way to extend it. We'll see. But I just don't. Yeah, but then the width and height have to be fixed. So maybe a little bit of math will need to be done there.
Okay.
Okay. But yeah, no, I can't overlay. I don't know why we do that all the time. I don't know why I forgot about that. But yeah, never mind.
Okay. So the solution would be overlay, which would kind
Yeah,
of
so we would
feel-
we would have Jerry's still gonna figure out what's the best way to make this backward compatible to give me the width and height. And I will and he needs to start turning me the reactions from the API, which he'll do, and then I'll create this overlay on top of the image
Okay.
to basically show the reactions. We can either have this see through and have the reactions like not see through like a grid, kind of like this.
I see. Yeah, I got you.
Or
Gradient.
we can resize the image one more time and add this.
Okay.
So I don't know.
We'll
We'll see.
experiment. Let's start with the easy way first and see.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
But yeah, I think I have a plan for this.
Okay. Okay. Sounds good. Anything else?
No, no. I'm just gonna push the alert thing. I'm gonna push a PR for that because I feel like that's complete. And then this is still gonna need a day or two of work for the masonry grid to be fully functional.
Okay. Okay. Sounds good. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you.
It's looking great. Hey, Chantel, what's up?
I just wanted to see your thoughts on the speech bubble.
Okay.
Okay, take over this screen real quick. I'll give it back.
No, I'm done. That's all yours.
Oops, wrong one. There we go.
Okay.
I have it animating.
Didn't we have it on top of the topic itself? Isn't it remember? Yeah. We had it inside there in the icon, over the icon.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. Um, the oldest one, maybe. Okay, let me see if I can find that, and I will come back.
Okay. I kind of like it on the icon. It's like big up top,
Yeah.
and you can see it when you're not even in the topic,
That's true. Yeah.
which is kind of
Let
cool.
me see if I can find that.
Okay. Yeah. I have a feeling it'll help be a little more sticky. People's. That's why Apple added it. They know people stick around a little bit longer when they see it. So, okay, yeah, send it over to me when you get it. Okay, so let's continue. Jerry, can we get your update, please?
Yeah. So we got the Amplify sites migrated. AOD's testing it out. Needed some help getting a dynamic environment loaded in, like a dynamic environment file. So far, that's looking good. Just Danny, do we have anything from Nico about the that SoundCloud link? Did he share that? Oh wait, no, this isn't him.
Let me
No,
check.
it's saying not found.
Messaged him when we were leaving the office last night. I don't think he got back to me.
Okay.
Yeah, I asked him if he could take it and share it with your account. And he hasn't done it yet.
Yeah, because then I would hope that opens it up through the API, and then that's all we'd have to do to make it visible in Circles. So that would be great if that is the solution.
Okay.
I just texted him again.
Okay. Maybe we could test it. Like Todd can make a private link and share it with you and test it out. Whatever you guys want to test.
Yep. If he wants to upload some song.
Yeah, Todd, can you do that?
Well, are we
Remind me, are we using my SoundCloud account in
No,
some way? Or do we said
we're on my account.
I see. And you want me to make like a song list and make it private somehow? Is that what you're asking?
Yes. Make it private. Confirm that I
Okay.
can't see it, and then share it with my account.
Okay. Let me see what I can do. I've never done this before, but I'll give it a shot.
Great.
Cool.
Let me take a look. Yep. I'll let you know.
Okay. So, and we had some little improvements yesterday. I updated some group settings, just some extra security settings, just to make sure. Let's see. Make sure those are pushed. Yep, those are pushed to production. I had a chat with Wells about the token authentication, John. He said he's going to continue on it, but I really really want to see it to completion this time. That way we can just put it in there and leave it.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, let's do that.
Okay.
And it won't break for other people.
Well, I want him to implement it in a way that it won't break, like that it won't just quit working, and then we can turn it on. We can wait until that version gets in the store, wait a little while, and then we can turn it on.
So we turn it on, and then anybody who hasn't updated is going to have a problem.
Well, it's gonna anybody who hasn't updated, but we're gonna wait a reasonable amount of time. That's the reason why this is taking so long, is we thought we had it, but we've waited an amount of time to get everybody on that latest version or on that version or newer, and we turned it on and it wasn't fixed.
So how many versions back will it be working, like for people if they haven't updated?
Well, it's not right now. This just covers chat, but it's not. There's some people, it looks like, on Android that are just having issues, like that email you sent me. Yeah.
Well, yeah, for John Bryant,
Yeah. It
you
was just,
you fixed that one.
yeah, but I wouldn't fix his user. I just turned it off.
I know.
Mhm.
But you made it sound like it's people on Android, but that's not the problem. The problem is if it's on, it's a problem. If it's off, it's okay because of the backwards compatibility. Or I'm not quite sure.
Well, there's no check in place if it's off. Then it works for everybody.
So what will compatibility be like, as far as like if we go with this today, would everybody have a problem if they didn't update the app?
If it was working perfectly and we pushed it, it looks like only those Android users that are having problems would have issues. Like when I did turn it on, it was working fine for me.
I
It's fine
see.
for you. It was
Right.
working fine for most of us, but not for John Bryant.
Okay, and it's not that he's in that old version. It's just the way that it was implemented,
Yeah.
right?
Right.
What's up, Danny?
Hey, I think what he did, Jerry, Nico, was I think he emailed you the link. Will you check your email? Did he give you access, or did he just forward the same link I sent you over to your email?
Let me see.
I don't think he understands.
Here. Okay, let's see. What did he send me? No, he just emailed me the link.
Okay, and you're certain there's a way to like give one person access, or you don't know?
I'm gonna go by SoundCloud's documentation. I sent you a link on how to share a private track with somebody.
Okay, I'm gonna write this out in a way that's really easy for him to follow.
Mm-hmm. Not, I'll just try to work it out with Todd. But still, we would need some kind of documentation so people can do this.
Yeah, we want it as frictionless as possible.
Right.
That's the trick.
Mm-hmm. Todd sent me something.
So is that not a secret link for you? The one he shared with me?
Nope. Let's see.
It has like your name in it.
Yeah, but if I go on, if I click that link from his email, I end up back on this track was not found. Maybe it was removed.
Okay.
Okay.
Send me a screenshot of that if you haven't already.
Oh, okay. Todd just sent me a playlist, and the playlist is private. It tells me the playlist is private, but I'm able to I'm able to view it,
Awesome.
which is this is good. Now I just need to plug this in the API
Yeah.
and see if it lets me view it from the API.
Uh-huh.
And if that works, then I think we're set.
Yeah, so I was able to I just create a new playlist, just of random music that I would listen to or whatever I just found, and then there's an option just to share the playlist with a direct link, and that's what I just sent to you without having to make it public.
Hmm.
It's almost like anyone with that link
Yeah, which
would be.
maybe that's something with whatever Nico uploaded. Hmm. But I wonder, no, if Nico created a playlist that had a private song and the playlist was private. I wonder if that's what the way that they're trying to do it. I feel like I'm just gonna have to like make a SoundCloud account, upload some audio to it, and see what happens.
Yeah, and I didn't upload any audio, obviously. I'm just using music I'm finding on SoundCloud to
Right.
create a playlist.
I'm more intrigued to know how it works with tracks that are private.
All right, let me try see if I can do something here.
Okay. Yeah, aside from that, need to work on that query for Ismail for the gallery, allowing him to load it in by topics, and then we're also going to have the what you call the metadata uploaded, which I'm in the middle of working on that resizing for like big images. This would help. So now I can request the metadata, and I'm requesting the metadata to see if it's over 50 megapixels, if I need to resize it. So now while I'm doing it, I can just say, okay, we'll store the size anyways. And we're not worried about the actual size. I think we're more concerned about the aspect ratio for this.
Hmm.
So even if the size isn't perfect, like if it was 100 by 100 and I stored 50 by 50, it's still a 1-to-1 aspect ratio. So
True.
that's all the masonry is really looking for.
Right. Right. Okay.
So that's going to be kind of all balled up in my list for today.
Can you also do the same for video? I'm not sure if that's possible.
Yeah, Culinary let me.
Okay,
Nice.
awesome.
And what we could do, Ismail, is while we're doing that, for the get all message, I wonder if we could start to pass it to like the actual chat feed. And I mean, a long shot would be like adding like a blur hash, so it's not just blank. I can actually pass you the actually that would help a lot with the jumpiness in the chat. If I started passing the size in the get all message,
Anything that helps that jumpiness would be fantastic.
that would help the jumpiness, because then when you build the component, you
Mm-hmm.
know what the size is. You don't have to wait for the image to load.
Yeah.
When there's
Good point.
multiple images in the chat and I scroll, it is very jumpy. Is that why?
Yeah, because well, we have to pass an estimate height to flash list for it to render, and the better the estimate, the smoother the experience.
But
Oh,
still, while the image is downloading, it doesn't know what the actual height is. So so that the image fast image or whatever is just going to be guessing at what the height is. But if we know what the height is, we can set that height.
Okay.
And even if it doesn't completely eliminate jumpiness, I think it would be better than what it is now.
Ismail, can we do that? And it will know the difference between the height of the image is one thing, but the height of it as a little preview in the chat is another thing. Those are different sizes.
Well, actually, that brings up a point where, Jerry, we currently have the image height fixed in chat, so probably we can just use that.
Yeah, we could start to use that metadata.
No, what I'm saying is we all images in chat are the same height and videos.
You know how in iMessage you send a message, an image, and it's like smaller than when you tap on it, that height, we have that as a fixed height right now.
Mhm.
So they're all the same height. So perhaps all this time,
Well, but what we can use, what we can do with that though is instead it would be a fixed height, but it could be a variable width. So how there's been a very like some awkward times where I would take a screenshot. I remember one time I took a screenshot and I like marked it up and then I sent it in a chat and the area that I marked up was completely cropped out.
right.
Maybe since we have the parameters now, we can fix some of like the cropped out. Yeah, so like especially like wide images. So like
Yeah.
Zane posted an image in Never Board Club and like you can't see it. You can only see a little bit out of it. Let me I'll send it to Ismail, for example.
So this would mean dynamic, kind of width and height, and it's not, that's we were going to go that path sooner or later.
Mhm.
So if we want to go through it now, I feel like we need to really think this through before we actually implement it, just because we need to have like probably a max width, a max height. You know what I mean?
Well, wouldn't the height always be the same? And
No, if it's a really wide image, we want to
Yeah.
make sure that the whole image fits its preview. So we would actually
or
shrink
we crop, if it's really wide, like landscape or like like a landscape one.
it.
We could just crop the edges and keep the height. We already are doing it.
Yeah, we are already doing it, but I feel like if we know that image size and the metadata, it'll help us a lot better to
That's what I'm most interested in. I want if this is something we can very easily immediately improve, because like Ismail's saying, the height and the width is always the same now, but we're not passing that to flash list, and if we're not, it's choppy. So like, can we start? I'd like to see that right away.
I think
We can-
Flash List wants a generic height for everything in the list, but the image component we can pass the actual height to, and that should be an improvement.
And we're not doing that, Ismail.
Because we don't know the image height. No, we don't know the image height until after it's downloaded.
Well, it's fixed now, so I actually do know it.
But we're not taking advantage of that.
Let me see. That would be chat. I think not, but let me just make sure before I
Because if
speak.
not, I'd like to make that a top priority. It sounds fairly straightforward and easy, and a huge improvement.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay, I'm very eager to see how this pans out.
Flash list. Estimated height. External key. Yeah, I don't think we are taking advantage of that.
Okay, is it pretty easy to do this?
Yeah, I'll add it in.
Well, I mean,
Well, I'll add it in for now with our current implementation, and then if we start having dynamic widths and heights, then I will use the metadata.
Right. What were you gonna say, Jerry?
I mean, it's going to be more of a lift on the back end, I feel, like to get all the metadata loaded. But it's not significant.
Right, but this first step is easy because we already have all the height and width fixed, and could potentially improve that jumpiness. Would be great.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I still need to load in the metadata to give to Ismail. Unless you're saying Ismail just has to check with
Okay, Jerry. So for currently, any photo or picture you have in chat has a fixed width and height.
Okay.
So we can use that for now until you have the metadata, because right now they're all fixed. So you can just say, hey, if it's multimedia, the estimated height is not 250, it's like 400 now. And then once we have the metadata, if the width we don't care about for the flags, we only care about the height, because you're scrolling vertical, you're not scrolling horizontal.
Okay.
So
Which means we could do the dynamic, like we could have a longer width, but not worry about the full calculation, just worry about the height still. But let's not get distracted. Let's start with the easy. Since we know the exact width and height right now, I want to apply it.
okay, yeah, I can do that.
Okay, great. Maybe we should get an updated build with it, because you have the red dot on the alert bell anyway.
Yeah, I can make a part of that PR.
Nice. Okay. Can we apply that to the Discover feed?
Well, Discover feed is why is
Maybe
that one jumpy?
Yeah, it's not as bad as chat.
Aren't all the cards kind of almost similar to
Very similar size. I mean, you could have a user's photo in there.
that's true, but is that one fixed? Let me start with chat. I'll look at Discover feed, see if I can add
Yeah, it's
any.
definitely, yeah. Let's see how if chat is a huge improvement, then we should look at Discover feed for sure.
Okay.
Okay, cool. All right. Well, that'll be nice if that works out. So, what else do you have, Jerry?
I mean, this is pretty much gonna take the rest of the day. It's a few things all balled up.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. Thank you for the update. Wells, let's get your update, please.
Yes, sir. So I have updates on 5 different PRs, perhaps 6. Um, 3 of them were approved and merged. So today I was reviewing them, making sure they are up to date with development and merging everything. So now the new loading for the favorites entertainment screen that I just showed you before is merged, and also the level screen navigation for both the badges tab and the photos tab is merged.
Okay.
So all of them is in development, and there are 2 PRs open regarding analytics. So Danny did find some inconsistencies in our properties in analytics. And yesterday I asked Jerry to make it so my account would be invited by someone. So I am in QA invited by Jerry so I could investigate it. And I figured what was happening. So on onboarding, we have latest analytics. Then we worked on that, setting it up and updating everything. But on the home screen, when we get into the app, we also update that information from the user to Amplitude, and that was untouched. So that was following how it was done before, still using the old Amplitude implementation and etc. And turns out all of the requests that Danny made me recently regarding asking for new information to be in the analytics, or information that will be inconsistent, just like the if the user is invited or not, were all related to there. So we were setting the information correctly on the onboarding, but some of that information would be overridden in the wrong way in that part. So that's why, for example, we would have the inviter name and the inviter user key, but the boolean that shows if the user is invited or not would show, for example, false, even though that's not true. So I opened a PR quickly to update that property itself. So the is invited user should be updated. And then I opened another PR which refactors that part of the setup in the analytics, where I looked into every single property there to make sure that they were matching with the real data that comes from the backend, and opened a new PR using our new structure, our new wrapper around amplitude in there. So that's there for review. And basically in there, we have the 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 newer way with the fixes I did previously for showing the streak length, showing the user level, the rewards level of the user, with the correct, uh, if the user is invited or not, and other stuff there. The only one that I didn't change that is information that is not coming from the backend is the badges. So the way the badges is implemented is it should show a list of the badges, but the only information we have is the total amount of badges that the user has. So on that matter, I have a question to ask Danny later. We'll be talking to him later on Slack about that, asking about that data. But long story short, there are two PRs already in analytics. One of them fixes the is user invited property to show true or false correctly. Because what was happening was we were setting it right on onboarding and it was being overwritten wrongly in the when the user logged into the app. And there is another PR that refactors that whole structure to the new amplitude wrapper that we have. So mainly it's on that end.
Okay, good.
Yeah,
Uh,
and
mhm.
also I did some progress into the scroll on the navigation. Uh,
To the badges or where?
yeah,
Yeah.
and talking to Amine on that. He mentioned he worked on it and he showcased that a couple minutes ago in stand up. So I think we are cool on that scrolling part of things. So probably that will be a feature that we'll have soon. And also there is what Jerry just mentioned earlier in stand up. So um, Jerry brought that up that the refresh token that we discussed a couple days, months ago, and we'll be looking into how we are refreshing the token and talking with him, and I believe also perhaps asking Ismail a couple directions on how to do that, because we got into this issue on the token refresh in different scenarios, and I investigated it in different parts, but it ended up that we were always busy in different stuff, so we didn't in fact implement a new new updated way of refreshing the token and understanding why it is not refreshing it and that kind of thing. So I will be working in that next with Jerry. And I
Okay.
think those are my updates.
Okay. Excellent.
Plenty of stuff.
Yeah, quite a bit. So you said you had a couple PRs that do need review still?
Yeah, no, right now just two. Three of them were approved and merged. There are two that I opened, and there is a draft PR that I just sent them in for the code, but apparently that's good on the other end. So that PR I think will be closed.
Okay.
So yeah, two PRs to review only
Okay.
related to analytics.
Got it. All right. Well, thank you, Wells.
Thank you.
Yep. So that concludes our updates, I think. Ian, did you have anything you wanted to add? We got delayed this morning, but I think we're going to try again at 11:30.
Nothing to add for stand up necessarily. Ayad is finalizing his review of the uh, God, the name is escaping me. Thank you. Yes, the change that Jerry made, and the reward store should be done pretty soon. It affected like Stripe and a couple of other connections, but he's finishing those, so we should have that ready to go live today.
Okay. Great.
I just had a question about the jumpiness. Would you feel that when you scroll up, or
It's if you if you hold your finger on it and just kind of scroll slowly up or down, it's jumpy.
So if I, let's say I'm in Never Board Club and I start like scrolling,
Hmm.
when you say it's jumpy, how is it jumpy? So I just have a better understanding.
Um, it will go to where there's some images.
Mm-hmm.
It will shift up or down significantly depending on how many. I think it has to do with a few things, like maybe how many images.
Mm-hmm. So like as you scroll up, like as you're going back in the chat, you're looking at the older messages.
Yeah,
It keeps jumping, right?
yeah,
Okay. Well, I made a few changes. So I want to see is because I want to make sure I'm addressing this properly. So if you look at my phone now, let's go back like and then go back to like Never Boys Club, right? That's the one you use a lot.
yeah,
Okay. So does this feel
yeah.
does this feel less jumpy?
Keep going until you get like where there's a few on the screen, and then we'll check it out. Keep going a little more. Okay, so maybe this area here. So now go slowly up and down. It does seem better. I'm also watching it through Google Meets. How does it feel? It looks,
There's zero jump on my end in terms of it moving. But I just want
The
to make sure
images,
I'm understanding the word jumping properly, where you're in one place and then it does this without you scrolling, or like this and then it does that. That's
the
a
kind of,
jump.
images,
yeah.
the images are already loaded in as now.
No, I went back here. Okay, so here, let's try this maybe.
Yeah.
Okay, so these are not already loaded in. Let's go quick. Maybe I think we'll jump through move quicker so you can see videos. Yeah, this is all just loading in as we go, and it is going to load in faster because we're using thumbnails now. But
So
so
now try going up and down a little bit, but
yeah,
more slowly.
okay.
And I'm doing it too in the Never Board Club, and it's fairly smooth right now.
So because like I'm not understanding the word jump. I guess if you can catch on a screen record maybe or something, just so I have a better understanding of the behavior, so I know that I'm tackling it and I'm just not thinking I did it all.
It's what you said, like you would shift down real quick or up real quick by
Okay.
several, like quite a few pixels.
Okay. Well, let me
Now,
see.
so like I'm doing it right now, and it's pretty smooth.
Mhm.
So well, now the more I scroll, I feel like it has a lot to do with like the more, maybe if I opened 10 different chats, like maybe there's some type of buildup of memory,
Mm,
you know, where
okay.
it starts
I mean,
compiling.
what I did was I kind of see the chat content and it can either return like maybe 400 or 250 or just a rigor estimate. So, uh, uh, but yeah, I guess it's kind of limited. This one I remember I uploaded a lot of images here at one point, so we're gonna get here. That's like a bunch of images we can see.
The other thing that I think makes a difference is that,
Looks like it's not jumping at all.
yeah, the other thing that makes a difference, I think, in this problem showing up at its worst is if messages are also coming in.
Our messages are coming in. Well, yeah, that one's different. That one we know why. That one's because so when a message comes in, it'll move it based off of how long the message is. So if it's a photo, it's going to move this much. If it's a small text, it's going to move this much. That already established, and we already know that we will fix that with flashless version 2 because it doesn't have support for it in this version to keep the list where it was when a new message comes in. Like the flashes just does not support it, but it will in the newer version. So
I'm aware of that aspect of it, but I think it also has another aspect where it somehow affects the scrolling in general. Like continue, like even if no message comes in even for another minute, now all of a sudden the scroll is worse.
maybe, maybe that could be true, but that also would be built into flashes. I don't think that's something we necessarily have control over. So maybe when a new message comes in and it automatically scrolls it, it kind of messes with where
Yeah.
it was,
Yeah.
where the new one will keep everything as is, even if a new message comes in, so you won't see that side effect.
Right.
That would be my initial guess. So I would say it's probably worth waiting until we have that version to implement it and see if that still happens or not before we go ahead and spend time on this.
Okay. Well, I mean, we're a ways away from it, but yeah. Um, okay. So, um, in the meantime, though, you did implement the height and width here.
I did. Not the width. The width we don't need it because we're not scrolling horizontal. We would
Right.
care about the height.
Okay. So we should have some improvement from that.
It should
Yeah.
potentially. I mean, as you saw, I just like went through like
Yeah.
how many photos over here. It was pretty smooth. So
Yeah.
if it's
And
not
when you
gonna
go slow,
if
with
it's
it,
not gonna help, it's not gonna hurt, I guess.
yeah, scroll slowly up and down there.
Well, these are already loaded, so you're not gonna see any jumping unless
Doesn't
new
no
message comes in.
that's it still made it. It still jumps like when they're loaded. So if it's not jumping, that's an improvement.
Yeah, no, it's not. I don't see. I saw the zero jumping so far.
Okay. Okay, great. Maybe we can put some more of these PRs together and then do another build on that one, and that'll be our next release with the
Okay.
alert.
Yeah. I'll have this part of the alerts PR since it's fairly small.
Cool. Okay, great.
All right.
Thank you.
Yeah, just want to make sure. Thank you.
Yep. All right. um, so then that's about it for that. We got to shift over to the other tasks for today. So let's go ahead and let the development team drop off. I'll stay here with Todd and Danny, Ian. I don't think we need. I mean, Chantel, you could stay, but I don't think we need Jerry. So everyone else, you guys are free. Have a good rest of the day. Let me know if you need anything.
Sound good?
All right. Thanks all.
Yeah.
Thanks, babe.